Hello, my name is Ktten and this is my submission video for Blade Kitten any percent with DLC. The DLC in Blade Kitten is an additional chapter with a handful of extra levels, but we will do this all at the end. For now, we are just going for the first chapter and then afterwards for the second chapter. As we see here, Kid Ballard, the player character, can climb up walls, and we obviously can use that to skip a few areas. We also do have a triple jump. In most instances, that triple jump is just annoying because you would actually want a normal jump, because you can do a second jump mid-air out of a normal jump. Out of a double or triple jump you cannot. And yeah, we have to kill these two guards here real quick to open the door. Killing enemies to advance in a section is actually pretty rare in this game. And here we jumped on those small points. The game auto aims for those, and trying to jump over is generally just ending in you getting a bit annoyed. Here we need to get down into this wheel. And yeah, we just continue to move through the levels here a bit. There we had this triple jump. In this section, the triple jump is generally perfectly fine because it allows you to evade enemies easier. We also have two ways to guard. One way in that regard, we can stay in place, the other we can walk around with. We mostly will use the one where we can stay in place, not because of the guard, but because while we are in that thing, we can swing ourselves upwards, which in certain situations is faster than just climbing up. And in most situations we want to jump away from the wall and to jump back to it with our second jump. So yeah. Now a bunch of enemies that we need to kill. And now that they're dead, we get this one enemy, he's annoying. And crushed. Getting crushed there, a bit annoying. But because the save point is right before that, it's not too bad. Here we were able to use our long range attack with our sword. By the way, our sword is flying. If you use that long range attack, it's flying away a bit further away, but it also takes up stamina, and here I mismanaged my stamina and was not able to run because of it. So now we have these crates here that go up this small little path. And here's the springing. We were able to use that spring to get a bit further up without having to wait as long. there's a place where getting a double jump is really annoying. So I actually paused there a moment to make sure I do not get a double jump. If I get a double jump, I cannot double jump out, and I basically land on the lower pass, or rather just be above the lower pass, and I'd have to climb back out if I want to do this fast. So another cutscene, and just like 20 seconds more of walking and we are done with this level. So we now have this guy, he's a shop salesman, and he has his lunch stolen by this skiffy in front of us. You see the sausage coming out of his mouth. So we offered him to catch the lunch back, and he will give us something as a reward.
Hey there, little buddy. Get him.
We take also this skiffy here. He is useful. I think that would be a bit too much to say, but he is needed at times to hit switches. We usually don't want him to be used because, yeah, he is not very fast. Here we swing ourselves up to reach this ledge on the other side. And now we jump through the flames, and on top here we will have one more skiffy section here. Again, it's just skiffy being slow. He also changes his color for some reason there. There I needed to wait a moment before I do the jump to the other log, otherwise I would have been hit by a guard with one of the shots. Here we can skip bringing these logs out, and instead just jump over them. And yeah, we are now almost at the level end. Just basically this section here. The game throws a lot of enemies at us. Those enemies are very, 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 very scary, and we don't need to beat them. Very scary. This very scary stuff you will see at a few points in this game where the game obviously thinks that there is more danger to us than there is. And there we're done. So, this is the first level that we go out of bounds. This game is a 2D game with in a 3D engine, and it allows us to go into to the front or back if we find ourselves round enough objects. These black stones are generally round enough, so we can go out of bounds and ignore all the obstacles in this level. And the obstacles would take quite a long time. But there's one thing that needs to be always considered when you can go out of bounds. It's that while you can go out of bounds, you can't always come back in bounds. So there is always needing to be some way to do that in the level. And in this level, the mounts that we had at the beginning, we will see that again later on. And getting stuck here a bit. Okay, now we're done through. That can happen if I'm not perfectly out, but obviously not much of a problem. So now it's probably good to talk about that this level has two pathways that you can take out of bounds, depending on if you've gone to the background or the foreground, which is around 50%, depending on how exactly you did the jumps. The foreground is generally faster, just because there are a lot less obstacles in front of you that you have to actually avoid. The back is less scary as you. If you go into the front, there are a few more points where you can fall off the map, which would end up in you having to restart the level, as we cannot hit any of those checkpoints here. Here an enemy ran off the ledge. So I am killing these guys to ensure that they are not hitting me with air. And yeah, if he would have thrown me off there, I would have had to restart the level. And this is it for this level. At least for the out of bounds section. We are now just walking to the mount here. And once we are there, once we are here, we can mount it and off we are. On the mount, we are able to use dash jumps. We can use dash jumps as Kit herself as well, but the dash jumps of the mount are so much faster. So here we now have all those enemies in the background. If they run over me, I'm getting killed like that. If I'm going too fast, it's at times impossible to see them before I run into them. And I also always need to decide, is that enemy is too close to go for it, or can I just ignore it? And there we just saw me chaining a bunch of dash jumps to gain a lot of speed. Ideally, I would be able to chain a lot of speed dash jumps in this next section as well. And we get a little cutscene here. And if she gets too far ahead of us, we lose. If she doesn't, we win. So yeah, using dash jumps, we are about 6,000 units ahead. 7,000, 8,000. 8,500. 9,000. And killed by those exploding shrooms. If you get too close to the shrooms, they explode on you and do damage. You need to get hit by 2 explosions, but just from the spacing it's generally so that you get hit by the second or third one as well if you hit the first one in a line. At least in this level. If you are able to dash them out of them, they do not hit you. But yeah, done with this level now as well.
Are we done here?
So we now have a key gotten from her. We need to bring that key up to the sheriff of the town, who will be able to unlock it apparently. So
Go get him.
yeah, we need to again use Skiffy here to hit the switch for us. Very useful. That opens up a gate hit at the below here, and once we are in here, next section. And we now enter the city through the sewers because there are too many guards overground. This is another one of the levels that has an out of bounds, but the issue in this level is that we do not have a way to go back inbounds. We are actually able to reach the end of the level out of bounds, just not triggered. Here we avoid a few traps. If we hit one of those tripping laser things, we would call a bunch of guards. And I'm really bad at this section apparently. Usually not. This is like the first time I had so many issues with this. Usually what I want is that the barrel explodes much further to the right, that avoids me getting hit too hard.
What the?
And yeah, just keeping out of everything.
Yep.
So yeah, we are now about halfway through this, I think. Yeah, about halfway, or a bit more actually. Here we have a small section that is a bit annoying. You try to avoid getting hit by the mushrooms, but obviously doesn't always work. I had to get hit a bit too much there. I had to get hit by the first section here because I had issues with getting out onto the top. It's a bit annoying, and usually I just trying to double jump over these to get to avoid them exploding on me. And stupid slugs, whatever thing. Here we can now just sling ourselves off those walls a bit higher and skip this entire section. Avoid these enemies and keep going. Morph to strip lasers, wire things. Here we now return real quick so that we reach this guy. He opens up the door for us and we are almost back into in the city. Then we use the guard to jump over them. Without dying. And in the city. So we are now just having to climb this city a bit.
Well, if it
And done here. And we are now supposed to help that young lady find her friends. We are definitely doing that. We are definitely freeing them. We are definitely not ignoring the cages. And yeah, you can always, on most elevators you can just do one of these cute jumps there. And yeah, we were able to do this section really quickly. While the wind comes out of that turbine, we weren't able to get up that area. So that's nice. And yeah, those skiffy symbols that you see at times, if I would go to one of those, I would and activate it. I can collect a few extra coins in usual. At times it's also a switch. And yeah, in general, we try to not hit them, because for some reason they decided that Skiffy is slow. So we use our ground pound there to get through that, and this is the counter attack kind of thing. If you hit it at the right time, you get a counter attack that avoids you taking damage and gets you through enemies a bit quicker at times. Sometimes it's actually beneficial to get it, often it's not. That was one of the spots where it was actually beneficial, as usually we don't get a very good path through that room. We usually have to fight around getting through that. Here we now need to climb to the top of the room to again hit a switch. A lot of enemies in the way, but usually not too much of an issue. And hey, Skiffy is showing his uses again. We jump off there to be at the bottom right away. And this guard is annoying. You have the ability here at times to jump over this during the cutscene, which will instantly kill you. So, gotta avoid that. Otherwise, just run through here and level end.
So?
We saved everyone.
Watch out, she's got a blade.
There she is. Stop her. The breaker's here. There she is. That's the one. The breaker's here.
There again was the spot where we don't want a double jump because double jump is annoying.
That's the one. There she is.
There we once quickly grab the ceiling to avoid the one metal guy that's walking towards us. He would otherwise block us from getting past.
The breaker's here.
Code Sierra Oscar Lima.
Stop her. There she is. That's the one. The breaker's here.
Frog her.
And yeah, we now just quickly climb up here and get I don't even know why we are going in here anymore. Alright, we have a message for the general of the red troops. The red troops that are attacking us. So, makes sense. Using ground slam there to quickly. This was unwanted. I wanted to just get quickly down there. Yeah, I wanted to just normally attack. Maybe now we can use our stationary shield to survive this very scary attack. And then we just attack while the enemy is exactly where we set. And very simply, just done. Now we just need to break into the base of the red guys. For some reason, the enemies, the robot guys, are also trying to stop us. I never understood this level.
What the? It's only a girl. Get her, you noinks. Situation.
And we give them the message, and then we have this totally giant normal eye in the background of the castle. And now for auto-scroller! Yeah, auto-scroller. We just have to run. Wait, run. I am really not doing my best at being fast. And for these sections I am always too scared to even touch the controller. It's so scary. He really scared me. Luckily I'm back to my full self and can touch my controller again. That wasn't the only section of that in here. Oh hey, again, such a section. Who would have thought? I am scared. Well then, there's one more quick little run before we are done here, and then everything's good. Apparently I'm bad. There, Kit is not fireproof, I should know that. And yay, we are through. So, we are now dreaming about monsters that have basically killed off all of Kit's race here. She has a sad backstory, but yeah, it's kind of weird how that always clashes with how she looks at the world, but I guess it's fine. So here we need to hit this little switch at the ceiling. We can do so by just jumping over it. We were slowed during the cutscene by an enemy hitting us, one of the darks hitting us. Those enemies here are called darks. Yeah, they are definitely very strong. Here we need to hit this little switch. Getting over that gap can be really hard, especially in casual. Because there's so many darks if you are not knowing about this the first time around, and obviously the moment you are down there, it's very bad. And what would it be for a nightmare if we wouldn't end with us just straight up dying? But hey, we are waking up to a friendly face. Could have been much worse.
Easy, boy.
So I have, by the way, I have really no idea what the story for this level was.
Attaboy.
I just know there's a factory or something with a bunch of, and in fact, that is like overrun by big flies that we want to get rid of. We are doing a great job about that and ignoring most of them. Here's a pretty annoying part in casual playthrough. We just sit here, wait for the enemy to attack, and attack it as a little counter.
Oh.
And here, in this part, really no fear, really. We need to hit this one once to activate this part on the right side, and from here we can just make our way over, and totally very strong looking boss robot. Yeah, we basically just ram our face into it and jump and slash. But hey, what would be a boss robo if it would have only one face? Don't worry, by the third phase he's getting accepted at fighting back. Running away here to refill my head because I was almost dead. If he would have done one more good hit, I would have died there. Life doesn't regenerate during while you're attacking yourself, but stamina does. Also, yeah, well, we want to collect the coins here a bit. It's not really important, but you generally pretty good to have them. And you can make it so that you hit both of those switches on the right, on the left at once with one hit at times, but it doesn't happen very often. And can I please get up here? And now we just have a few more tunnels to go through before we are at the end of the level. I do not want to get down here. So, one more tunnel, and at the top of this tunnel we then greeted with our old friend, the robo that lost already his arms from us. By now he actually defends. So yeah, we need to get behind him to attack him or use the ground slam that hits through him. Yeah, he was almost dead at that point, so I just decided to go for it. So now for Sisterhood. In Sisterhood I have new script found. I think this is actually the first time I'm showing this one in a run. So yay, you skip. That skip saves about a minute compared to the old one. For now, the first half of the level is still the same. We just run through here and get to the an NPC that brings us to the second half of this level. And the second half of this level, I'm ignoring completely.
Welcome, Breaker.
So now I'm just heading over here to the left. They have such a nice temple. I want to look at this wall instead. So we clip out of bounds on this black stone here. Need to make sure that it's actually fully out of bounds and not only like halfway, because otherwise you clip back inbounds during the sliding. And here I'm just sliding and sliding and sliding. Yeah, this wall is really nice for a bit of sliding. So what I'm doing here is bring myself even further out of bounds. At the entrance of the temple there's a bit of wall that is not really having collision, and if you are getting in there, we can jump straight to the final end of the level. And this is deep enough, I think, to get me at least further into the wall. Yeah, there we go. So once we are in here, I'm just climbing at the top of the wall until I'm seeing the wall at the side, dropping past that small little ledge. You can also land on that ledge and then just drop off and hitting the level end trigger without much issues. So now war hunting. In here we are having another skip that I don't think was shown before. I'm a bit annoyed at the control of getting off these mounts at times. So the first bit of this level I'm doing like normal.
There she is.
We want to get ourselves our mount, because using our mount is faster than
Boy.
manipulating the war runs, I think are they named? War runs? To destroy all the blocks for us.
Easy, boy. Attaboy. Go! Yeah! Nope.
And here we jump off it, off our mount. It's useless at first. Well, that one is useless for us right now. We instead go out of bounds at the top here. swing ourselves further up. And now we just need to find a way to another mount that gets us back in bounds. Luckily there is one here, but those steel stones are a bit annoying, so we do a triple jump over them. That's the only place in the game where I actually want a triple jump over a normal jump.
Hey, kid.
There are some places where it's useful to do triple jumps over normal jumps, but this one is the only one where I actually want the triple jump or can't really proceed. So we are now in the hidden fortress level. Here we need to find 3 ladies that are telling us some secrets about dragons or something. It's not really any good info, and it's basically the password to enter the hidden fortress. The game really wants to make sure that you find them and focuses on to them when you are close to them. So yeah, making our way through here again. And this is the second to last level of the first chapter. So the stuff that is before the DLC. Here we now have one of those ladies again. And one thing about those ladies is they are scared by enemies. So we need to keep enemies out of the area of them. Okay, I finally got onto that. So why are you annoying? I just grabbed me off the wall. So, and here we have the last of the 3 ladies. She brings her own enemies.
Hi there.
And we definitely met that person before. The game really expects you that you miss any of the ladies on your first trip through the level. I don't understand why, because the game really wants to make sure that you do not miss them. And hey, I've seen the final boss. That giant robot in the background that's following us a bit is the final boss. The person in there really doesn't like humans. Apparently we are close enough to humans that we count.
Why is it? We'll never get into you humans.
So now we got a bit of slow-mo action here. And
You'll never break our spirit.
We grab the robot and smack it into the wall.
We'll never get into you humans.
I'm sure weight and stuff works out for it. Yeah, she has a few rounds where she switches side every now and then.
Go, Blade!
And the next one she will somewhat try to throw you off by
Your plans.
first attacking, then smacking down the spikes from the top, then destroying the ground. Don't let yourself get fooled. You might think she will be attackable again, but she isn't. She now comes up here for the last 2 hits. Because this time she will actually let herself get hit twice. And yeah, we were definitely standing on the ground there. But yeah, chapter 1 done. And into chapter 2. First one, level is Awakening. This level, I so wish that I find some way to skip it. Or to skip the first part of the level, as there's a soft lock in here and it's annoying to have a soft lock in your speedrun. It's RNG dependent, I do not know what triggers it, but it exists.
What the?
Go get him.
And here, wow! We use ski for combat.
That's it.
Also, we need him to open the path for us. So. Again, basically just a button pressure. So.
Sick 'em.
So, in this section we need to kill all the sword wielders. So,
I've got her.
doing so. And the soft lock in this level is when the top right doesn't spawn. Or really anyone doesn't spawn, but it's usually the top right one.
I see.
These guys are very much annoying at times. And here's the last one. She dead. And now I need to go to the bottom here. And now for an elevator. this elevator goes down. Very much down.
Get her, you noise!
This is also one of those levels where I found a way to out of bounds into this area, but no way to trigger the end sequence. So yeah, we now have the switch to it here.
It's only a girl!
And more switches to it, and to avoid this section here. And we're now running into a bit of a few people noticing us here. Oh, yeah. They want to put us in prison. We break out. Nothing special. We should not put someone into prison with a sword. Like, that's generally a bad idea. Now I need to go first down, and we got her a bit pushed back. Pushing her back allows us to obviously get through her and activate the switch without having to worry about killing her.
What the? It's only a girl!
So more cages opened. Not that we really worry about them.
Lima!
And we got a quick thread. Quick thread is being with cutscene already on the ventilator. And was able to skip through this later. That jump is very precise and very inconsistent. So now we need to get ourselves to the boxes that we just activated. From there we can use these boxes to climb up here, if I'm not falling down. Here we activate now the elevator for the people that we definitely rescued.
Watch out! She's got a ray.
And here we need to go up, and I jumped, just jumped out of a run instead of doing a normal jump. And we are almost done with this level. Just one more climb. And done with it. Siege mentality. This level has a skill. This one wasn't found by me. I don't actually know who first found it. But it's basically a quick way of entering here. We are skipping the first half of the level by going out of bounds here and then staying out of bounds in a certain way and hitting a save point in here that has its trigger reach far enough out of bounds that we hit it. While testing around in this level, I also found another skip, but I was not able to reproduce that skip. But yeah, we just quickly go to the main menus, continue from the checkpoint, and we did it. We now just really want to get through here. Those boxes are very much stupid. So we now just run through here. Another elevator. This one brings us back to the surface, but only after we activated it to go upwards, right further. So here we activate a few boxes. These boxes follow their own path. We also activate this pair of boxes. Now we stand on here and just attack, which is enough to kill them, enough. We then go to this area, wait for one more box to come up. There it comes. And this time it would actually have been save time to right set second box a bit further, but it's not always very easily visible when what is. And we are killing a bunch of enemies here that are annoying and climbing up here. Jumping over the gap that someone thought was a good idea. So, and this area can be annoying because because of your height you are doing a rollout, and doing a rollout you can't really defend yourself often, so you often just die from these darks here. Okay, nice. Here I was able to hit that dark once that stumbled him enough to let me pass. And from here, just climb back up. This is the same path that we did in level 4, I think. And hey, we find him again. That really nice shelf here. So now incursion. Incursion is us going into the vault of the Magasi Sword, the same sword that we did the sword skip in.
You should be.
We just have to make our way through here.
Get him!
And Skippy! Best switch hitter since Skippy. We need to hit one more switch down here.
Situation, Oscar Mama, go!
And wrong way, wrong way.
You hybrid scum! Stop!
So it's not necessarily bad that I missed this. So yeah, we need to kill the right tier of the sisters to get through this one. And as we know, those girls can be really annoying. So now they throw us the famous throw maze. We don't really care what's them putting fire in that maze. We now need to make our way up to that switch up here. This will open the door at the end. We definitely wouldn't have been able to squeeze past that. Really remember how the statues looked in that room. So here we need to climb to the top, where we then encounter a very, very difficult puzzle. Difficult. That statue looks slightly different, doesn't it? Yeah, that statue really looks different. Wow, they had some color. Yeah. Oh, it's living.
It's not safe here.
So now excursion. Excursion is us guiding an NPC
Pussycat girl, you be sure. That won't have no refund. Hex to buy.
for a very long time.
You come back when you want to buy top good stuff.
So we fill up our heads here. We go onto this wall, and hopefully this trick doesn't take too long because it's very much difficult. That's the second one of these in the level, but I for now usually skip that second one because I'm even less consistent at that one. But yeah, the goal is to shield our way over this wall. There are a few ways that can work. You can jump out of here, and that might make it work. You can jump off the lower spike, and apparently that works today. So we now don't want to go too far, and that was too far. The issue now is, well, we didn't get our mount, and if we don't get our mount, we need to do that second skip. By the way, even with that fail, it will still save time over doing the level normally because that NPC is really slow. I don't want to really destroy this stone here. So yeah, let's get this. But hey, at least we get some very exciting music for this time. I almost said it. I now need to restart this. I don't even know. Okay, it would definitely be faster than to just die with that cutscene, even if you can just skip that one. hey, we got it. Okay, so now it would be about even with just playing the level normally.
Easy, boy.
We sadly cannot use dash jumps on this one. And yeah, after this section we wouldn't have been able to continue without our mount, unless we would have done another one of those skips on the top right spike. Also, enemies are scaring me again a lot. This guy is really helpful in farming money, as you can see. He's not really helpful in that, but he's at least not dangerous. And hey, we are landing right on top of our mount. This wouldn't happen if we wouldn't have had the mount checkpoint. Instead the door was just not open, which is the issue. But hey, this is now made as a very cinematic piece as we run away. So here we now just need to get up here, hit this block over. We do grab it during that so that we get instantly pushed with it over with it, which just saves like half a second or so of walking. Here we are now done with the level, and now we get revelations. So yeah, just like before, we are just jumping and attacking it. Yeah, very difficult fight. And we get a cutscene. And yeah, we now just have to make our way over to the ship. And don't lose anyone in the progress. And then we can get off this planet with all the dogs and everything. And everything is fine. So this jump, getting that jump is really important, because if you fall down, that's taking a long time to get back up, and it's really annoying at times. Oh hey, ship, and oh my god, we lost someone. So here we need to now make our jump over to these jump points, and that can be difficult at times, especially when the enemies really don't want us to succeed. Get up here. These yellow lasers are all one-hit KOs.
Skippy.
So that's good. Avoiding them is really important.
Skippy.
But one thing about these lasers is that they are actually very thin in the end. So if you would somehow manage to find a way to skip, to get ourselves just slightly out of bounds. Not by running into them. But the crystal that shoots this laser is actually just round enough for us to use. We need to start by using those spring start jumps, and otherwise we would slide off the crystal with normal jumps and into the laser, and we should be good actually. Yay, we did it. So, and now we can just drop past everything that this level still has and say to ourselves, why should we do any of that if we can just skip it? And now, final boss. This boss uses a mechanic that is not used anywhere else in the game. It's very finicky and very annoying, and I don't know what happens to my visuals right now. Yeah. Let's make it those ice planets and As he runs into this, we are jumping at his hand, grabbing that hand, and about 30% of the time we grab onto it. That's phase 1. After another bit of walking, we get phase 2. We again do the same thing. This time just with the new animation. And he smacks us into a wall. We don't care. And almost done. And time. So yeah, that ending boss is very finicky at times and very difficult. But yeah, he's overall not too difficult. The only difficult part is how hard he is to hit and that he's a one-hit KO for yourself. So yeah, not something that you want to deal too much with. But yeah. Hope you did enjoy this run, and that if you're going through this for a marathon, that you do consider it. It's an actually fun game, and it has a good amount of fun little skips that I hope I was able to explain at least well enough. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.